Hello and welcome to Mastermind with me, Clive Myrie. In the spotlight tonight are Robert Cohen, a barrister and farmer. His specialist subject is the history of sheep. Liz Bain, a solicitor. She'll be answering questions on the Neapolitan novels of Elena Ferrante. Katie Stoyle, a marketing executive. Her specialist subject is the music of Katy Perry. And Maxim Sinclair, an environmental analyst whose subject is Gerrard Winstanley and the 17th century protest movement, the Diggers. If ever there was a time for our four brave contenders to just relax, it is now. Calm the nerves, steady the butterflies, embrace their inner zen. That is the only way to successfully navigate what will be an arduous experience. The spotlight, the ticking clock, and the warm embrace of the Mastermind black chair are all designed to intimidate. So, who will most successfully find their path to enlightenment? 2 minutes on a specialist subject and 2.5 minutes on general knowledge will decide. So can I ask our first contender to join us, please? Your name?
Robert Cohen.
Your occupation?
Barrister and farmer.
And your specialist subject?
The history of sheep.
The domesticated mammal and the role it has played in human history, culture and commerce. In 2 minutes, here we go. Modern domesticated sheep are thought to be descended from the wild species Ovis orientalis, commonly known as the Asiatic what?
Mouflon.
Yes, in the 19th century, which English city was nicknamed Worstedopolis because of its importance in the manufacture of the wool-based fabric worsted?
Bradford.
Yes, what name is given to the traditional method of shepherding without fences or barriers that relies on the sheep's natural inclination to stick to its home range?
Hefting.
Yes, what waterproof material was invented in 1879 by Thomas Burberry, who was inspired by the smocks worn by local shepherds that became water-resistant through contact with sheep wool?
Gabardine.
Yes, in the Montgolfier brothers' test flight of a hot air balloon in 1783, the first living creatures to fly in a human-made aircraft were a duck, a cockerel and a sheep, known by what French name?
Montociel.
Yes, the badger-faced Welsh mountain sheep, believed to be one of the oldest British sheep breeds, comes in two types, the Torthie, which are mainly white, and which other that are mainly black?
The Bula.
No, Torwen. In sheep farming, what's the traditional term for the coloured paste used to mark a ram's chest at tupping time in order to identify mated ewes?
Raddle.
Yes, the Law Perpesa is a traditional knitted woolen sweater that originated in which country?
Spain.
No, Iceland. The identical twin sheep cloned from embryonic cells by the University of Edinburgh's Roslin Institute in 1995 were called Megan and what?
Morag.
Yes, which French author wrote Le Bon Berger, or The Good Shepherd, one of the first known books on sheep husbandry in 1379?
Pass.
What name is given to the farming practice prevalent from the late 1700s to the early 1900s in which sheep were herded into movable temporary pens so that their manure could fertilize the soil?
Transhumance?
No, folding, which breed introduced in the Americas by the Spanish conquistadors in the early 16th century is believed to have been the first domesticated sheep in the New World.
Churro.
It is churro. Robert, you had just the one pass. Which French author wrote Le Bon Berger, or The Good Shepherd? That was Jean de Brie. So at the end of that round, Robert, you've got 8 points. And our next contender, please. Your name?
Liz Bain.
Your occupation?
Solicitor.
And your specialist subject?
The Neapolitan novels by Elena Ferrante.
Yeah, the series of novels about the lives of two friends, Elena Greco and Raffaella Cerullo, known as Lila. In 2 minutes, here we go. As children, Lila and Elena would play together with their dolls. Lila's was called New. What was the name of Elena's doll?
Tina.
Yes, what's the title of the novel written by Lila as a child, the manuscript of which Elena rediscovers as an adult and returns to her only for her friend to throw it in the fire?
The Blue Fairy.
Yes, in the summer before her final year of high school, Elena gets a job working in a bookshop on what street in Naples?
La Stradone?
No, Via Mezzocanoni. In My Brilliant Friend, the schoolteacher, Maestra Olivero, is concerned that Elena is a little too pale and arranges for her to spend some of the summer with her cousin on what island?
Ischia.
Yes, in Those Who Leave and Those Who Stay, Elena writes an exposé of the conditions at the sausage factory where Leela used to work, which is published in which political newspaper?
Il Mattino.
No, Lunita. During a walk with Leela in The Story of the Lost Child, Elena asks her, are you happy with Enzo? And also, do you really love him? And to both questions, Leela gives what single-word answer?
Now.
No, enough. Leela's father, Fernando, the shoemaker, is described in My Brilliant Friend as looking like an unrefined version of which American actor?
Pass.
What's the first name of the young man on whom Elena has a crush, but whom Leela dismisses in The Story of a New Name as skinny, ugly, and most of all, really arrogant?
Nino.
Yes, when Elena's debut novel is published, it sells well and receives a review by Donato Sartori, her friend Nino's father, in which he calls her book a cheap version of which other novel?
Pass.
In My Brilliant Friend, when Elena is standing in front of her high school class being questioned on the Aeneid, her teacher, Professor Gerrard, laughs when she mispronounces what word?
Pass.
It's oracle. Liz, you had two other passes. When Elena's debut novel is published, it sells well and receives a review by Donato Sartori, who compares it as a cheap version to Bonjour Tristesse. And Leela's father, Fernando the shoemaker, is described in My Brilliant Friend as looking like an unrefined version of Randolph Scott. So at the end of that round, Liz, you've got 4 points. And our next contender, please. Your name.
Katie Stoyle,
Your occupation.
marketing executive.
And your specialist subject.
The music of Katy Perry.
The musical output of the chart-topping American pop singer. In 2 minutes, here we go. In her first UK #1 single, Katy Perry sings that she kissed a girl who had what flavour chapstick?
Cherry.
Yes, what was Perry's birth surname, which features in the title of her unsuccessful 2001 debut album, a collection of contemporary Christian songs?
Hudson.
Yes, which prolific Swedish songwriter and record producer collaborated with Perry on her chart-topping album, Prism, co-writing and co-producing hits such as Raw and Birthday?
Max Martin.
Yes, what's the name of the canine beauty contest with the slogan Making Fetch Happen that Perry attends with her pet dog Nugget in the video for the 2019 song Small Talk?
Woof.
No, The Mutt Ball. Two birds feature in the titles of tracks on Perry's 2010 album Teenage Dream, a peacock, and what other bird on the penultimate track?
Pigeon.
No, Hummingbird. Which Katy Perry song, co-written with Glenn Ballard and Matt Thiessen, appears on the soundtrack album of the 2005 film The Sisterhood of the Travelling Pants?
Simple.
Yes. What was the name of the nearly 2-year-long concert residency hosted by Perry in Las Vegas from December 2021?
Play.
Yes, on the 2014 episode of CMT Crossroads, Perry duetted with Casey Musgraves on a cover of which Dolly Parton song and performed it again 5 years later at the Grammy Awards, this time with Parton herself.
Here You Come Again.
Yes, in which city did the Lifetimes tour begin on the 23rd of April 2025, with Perry rising up above the stage before opening with the song Artificial?
Mexico City.
Yes, in the lyrics of Perry's 2024 single, Woman's World, Perry uses a nature metaphor to describe the modern woman, saying she's a flower, she's a what?
Tree.
No, thorn. On Perry's 2009 MTV Unplugged album, she sings a cover version of what track by the American rock band Fountains of Wayne?
Hackensack.
Yes, in the official music video for her 2017 song Swish Swish, Perry's character, a basketball player named Kobe Perry, is described as having been drafted out of what school?
The Tigers.
No, the School of Hard Knocks. So, Katie, at the end of that round, you had no passes. You've got 8 points.
Thank you.
And our final contender, please.
Maxim Sinclair,
Your occupation?
environmental analyst.
And your specialist subject?
Gerrard Winstanley and the Diggers.
The agrarian protest movement and its leader, who set up a short-lived community on St. George's Hill in Surrey in the mid-17th century. In 2 minutes, here we go. Gerrard Winstanley and others started the first digging experiment in 1649 around St. George's Hill, in which parish in Surrey?
Walton.
Yes. What's the usual title given to the 1649 pamphlet that's regarded as the first in which Winstanley sets out his vision for people to work the common land?
True Level of Standard Advanced?
No, the New Law of Righteousness. Winstanley published a manifesto which stated that while they were waiting for their first crop yields, the digger community would raise funds by selling what raw material?
Wood.
Yes. What was the name of the President of the Council of States who wrote to the Commander of the Army, Lord Fairfax, to call for the diggers to be dispersed?
Pass.
When he appeared alongside Winstanley before Lord Fairfax at Whitehall, which digger made a lengthy speech explaining their activities which helped publicise their cause?
William Everard.
Yes, which London bookseller published a collected edition of Winstanley's first 5 works, compiled in December 1649, in which Winstanley had set out his radical religious ideas?
Giles Calvert.
Yes, in The Law of Freedom, from what age did Winstanley say that people should be free from all labour and work?
Birth.
No, 40. The diggers relocated from St. George's Hill to nearby Cobham later in 1649 after an action of trespass that was brought against them by which MP?
Francis Drake.
Yes, which former member of the radical group, the Ranters, later criticised Winstanley for a most shameful retreat from St. George's Hill?
Pass.
Winstanley briefly worked the land of the eccentric writer Lady Eleanor Douglas, but left after she assumed the guise of which biblical king and berated him for providing false accounts?
Ezekiel.
No, Melchizedek. In one of the early pamphlets, Winstanley explained that he chose to refer to God by what name?
Reason.
Because it was the highest name that can be given to him.
Reason.
Yes, to whom did Winstanley dedicate his 1651 pamphlet, The Law of Freedom, claiming that you have the power in your hand to act for common freedom if you will. I have no power.
Oliver Cromwell.
It was Oliver Cromwell. Maxim, you had 2 passes. Which former member of the radical group, the Ranters, later criticised Winstanley for a most shameful retreat from St. George's Hill? It was Lawrence Clarkson. You knew it. And the name of the President of the Council of State who wrote to the Commander of the Army, Lord Fairfax, to call for the diggers to be dispersed? John Bradshaw. So at the end of that round, Maxim, you've got 7 points.
Thank you.
And at the end of the specialist subjects round, let's have a look at the scores. In 4th place with 4 points, it's Liz. In 3rd place with 7 points, Maxim. And in joint 1st place with 8 points each, it's Robert and Katy. So now it's general knowledge. And if there's a tie at the end, then the number of passes is taken into account. And the person with the fewer passes is the winner. And if they're tied on passes as well, it's a tie break. So let's ask Liz to join us again, please. Liz, you start with 4 points. You've got 2.5 minutes on general knowledge. Here we go. Flat white and long black are different preparations of what hot drink?
Coffee.
Yes, the diamond, the batter's box and the home plate are features of the field of play in which sport?
Baseball.
Yes, the geological time period between around 360 and 420 million years ago, which was part of the Paleozoic era, was named after which county in southwest England?
Cornwall.
No, Devon. In July 2024, the novelist and screenwriter Frank Cottrell Boyce succeeded Joseph Coelho as the holder of what literary position?
Poet laureate.
No, children's laureate. What's the generic British name for the over-the-counter pain-killing medicine that's known in North America as acetaminophen?
Paracetamol.
Yes. Which Irish pop group had their first UK #1 album in 2000 with Coast to Coast?
Bewitched.
No, Westlife. The thylacine, an extinct carnivorous marsupial, is known by a common name that refers to which island where the last known specimen was captured in the 1930s?
Pass.
In the name of the fuel commonly known as LPG, the letter G stands for what word?
Pass.
The Itaipu Dam, completed in 1982, stands on the border between Brazil and Paraguay on which river?
Pass.
What's the first name of the fashion designer born in 1959 who is the son of Sir Terence and Shirley Conran?
Donna.
No, Jasper. The words of the traditional Scottish song Auld Lang Syne are attributed to which poet who wrote them down in the late 18th century, claiming to have taken them from an old man singing?
Robert Burns.
Yes. At the Academy Awards ceremony in 2024, the Oscar for Best Animated Feature was won by a Japanese film entitled The Boy and the What?
Heron.
Yes. A gill, spelt G-I-L-L, is an imperial unit of measurement for liquids officially equal to what fraction of a pint?
1/3.
No, a quarter. In the 1960s television spy series The Avengers, which actress played the martial arts expert Emma Peel?
Florence Pugh.
No, Diana Rigg. It's scary, that chair. It really does get to you. You had 3 passes, Liz. The Itaipu Dam stands on the Paraná River on the border between Brazil and Paraguay. LPG, the letter G, stands for gas. And thylacine, an extinct carnivorous marsupial, is from Tasmania. So at the end of that round, Liz, you've got a total of 9 points. Next up, it's Maxim. Maxim, you start with 7 points. The score to beat as it stands is 9 points, and you've got 2.5 minutes on general knowledge. Here we go. In an expression meaning that a bad situation always also has a positive side to it, every cloud has what colour lining?
Silver.
Yes, what common name for the Fagus genus of trees sounds the same as a word for an expanse of sand or stones at a shoreline?
Beach.
Yes. What's the positive square root of 121?
9.
No, 11. Which planet in our solar system is the 7th closest to the sun and orbits at an average distance of around 1.8 billion miles?
Saturn.
No, Uranus. The name of which mountain peak in the Bernese Alps is a German word for maiden or virgin?
Matterhorn.
No, Jungfrau. General Franco, who led the nationalist forces in the Spanish Civil War, had what first name?
Robert.
No, Francisco. What's the name of the Liverpool-born comedian and actor who, in 2024, became the first blind winner of Strictly Come Dancing?
Pass.
The Palm House, Queen Charlotte's Cottage and King William's Temple are features of which botanical gardens in southwest London?
Q.
Yes. Which American singer had a double A-side UK hit single in 1985 featuring the songs 1999 and Little Red Corvette?
Shaka Khan.
No, Prince. In November 2024, Heidi Alexander was appointed as the Secretary of State for which UK government department?
Transport.
Yes. Which actress who died in 2014 at the age of 104 became the first person to win a Best Actress Oscar in consecutive years when she won the award in the 1930s for her performances in the films The Great Ziegfeld and The Good Earth?
Pass.
Which British author created the character Dirk Gently, who appears in the novels Dirk Gently's holistic detective agency, The Long Dark Tea Time of the Soul, and The Salmon of Doubt?
Ian McEwan.
No, Douglas Adams. What weapon, known by the Gaelic name Scian Dhu, is tucked into the sock as part of a traditional Highland dress?
Knife. Dagger.
Yes, dagger. In a medley relay swimming race, participants must swim the first leg using which stroke?
Breaststroke.
No, backstroke. On British roads, a circular sign depicting a red car to the right of a black car indicates to drivers that what manoeuvre is not permitted?
Crossing.
No, overtaking. The British scientists Francis Aston, Alexander Todd and Harold Kroto were all 20th century winners of the Nobel Prize in which discipline?
Chemistry.
Yes. What stage musical, which opened on Broadway in 1946, features songs entitled Doing What Comes Naturally, There's No Business Like Show Business, and They Say It's Wonderful?
Rent.
No. Annie, get your gun. Maxim, you had 2 passes. The actress who died in 2014 at the age of 104, who became the first person to win a Best Actress Oscar in consecutive years, was Louise Rayner. And the Liverpool-born comedian, the first blind winner of Strictly Come Dancing, Chris McCausland. So at the end of that round, Maxim, you've got 13 points.
Thank you.
Next up is Robert. Robert, you start with 8 points. The score to beat as it stands is 13 points, and you've got 2.5 minutes on general knowledge. Let's go. In the name of a financial product that was often sold with credit cards, mortgages and loans, the abbreviation PPI stands for Payment Protection what?
Insurance.
Yes, what dark red variety of bean, often used in chili con carne, is named for its resemblance to an organ of the human body?
Kidney.
Yes, Thomas Howard, the 3rd Duke of Norfolk, was the uncle of Catherine Howard and which other wife of Henry VIII?
Jane Seymour.
No, Anne Boleyn. The singer Matt Bellamy is the frontman of which band whose UK #1 albums include The Second Law, Drones and Simulation Theory?
Pass.
The Loop, Wicker Park and Lake View are all neighbourhoods in which American city?
Chicago.
Yes, which golfer from Northern Ireland won his 5th major and completed a career Grand Slam with victory in the 2025 Masters tournament at Augusta, Georgia?
Rory McIlroy.
Yes, on a standard UK computer keyboard, which consonant is immediately to the right of the letter E?
R.
Yes, the Italian silent screen actor Rodolfo Guglielmi, nicknamed the Latin Lover, was better known by what stage name?
Charlie Chaplin.
No, Rudolph Valentino, Rotherham service area, which opened in 2025 as a service station on which English motorway?
M1.
Yes, the many songs of which composer and lyricist include You're the Top, Let's Do It, and Every Time We Say Goodbye?
Cole Porter.
Yes, in Judaism and Christianity, what term, derived from a Hebrew verb meaning to rest, refers to a particular day of the week that's set aside for worship and refraining from work?
Sabbath.
Yes, which English romantic poet wrote a series of poems between 1798 and 1801, popularly known as the Lucy Poems?
Thomas Gray.
No, Wordsworth. Kigali is the capital city of which country in Central Africa?
Rwanda.
Yes, what name, derived from the French word for sugar, is given to the compound of glucose and fructose that's commonly called table sugar?
Sucrose.
Yes, the politician Winnie Ewing, who died in 2023, aged 93, had served as an MP, an MEP and an MSP, representing which party?
Labour.
No, the Scottish National Party. Infectious mononucleosis, sometimes abbreviated to mono, is an alternative name for what viral illness common in young adults?
Glandular fever.
Yes, what are the professional names of the Turner Prize-winning duo with the surnames Prush and Passmore, who in 2023 opened their own art exhibition centre in London's East End?
Gilbert and George.
It was Gilbert and George. Robert, you had just the one pass. The singer Matt Bellamy is the front man of Muse. And at the end of that round, you've got 20 points. And finally, let's have Katy again, please. Katy, you start with 8 points. The score to beat to get through to the semi-finals is Robert's 20 points. You've got 2.5 minutes on general knowledge. Here we go. In an email address, the lowercase a, partially enclosed by a circle, is read aloud as what two-letter word?
At.
Yes. According to legend, King Arthur's knights were engaged in a search for what object, said to be the drinking vessel used by Jesus at the Last Supper?
Excalibur.
No, the Holy Grail, the American $100 banknote, bears a portrait of which statesman and inventor?
Alexander Hamilton.
No, Benjamin Franklin. What Turkish word meaning fate or destiny is the title of a play by Edward Knobloch, which was adapted into a Tony Award-winning stage musical in the 1950s?
Fences.
No, Kismet. The medical condition glaucoma is caused by raised pressure from an excess of fluid within which pair of organs in the human body?
Eyes.
Yes, the Leeds-based band English Teacher won the 2024 Mercury Prize for their debut album entitled This Could Be which US state?
Texas.
Yes, in cartoons by Warner Brothers, what's the name of the pig character who speaks with a stutter and often delivers the closing line, "That's all, folks"?
Porky.
Yes, Porky Pig, Chemin de Fer and Punto Banco are variations of what card game?
Poker.
No, Baccarat. Which author wrote the 1990s novels The Buddha of Suburbia, The Black Album and Intimacy?
Metallica.
No, Hanif Qureshi. In film, television and video production, the abbreviation VFX is short for what two-word term?
Video facts.
No, visual effects. Which French football club won the Champions League for the first time in May 2025 with a 5-0 victory over Inter Milan in the final?
PSG.
Yes, Paris Saint-Germain. 5 countries, including Iran, Kazakhstan and Turkmenistan, have a shoreline on which large inland sea?
The Red Sea.
No, Caspian. When used in reference to food, what Arabic word meaning permissible in Islam describes meat that has been prepared in accordance with Muslim dietary law?
Halal.
Yes, the Wild West soldier, hunter and showman, born William Frederick Cody in Iowa in 1846, became better known by what alliterative nickname?
Buffalo Bill.
Yes, plants of what genus of flowering shrub are sometimes known as butterfly bushes? I've started so I'll finish. Sometimes known as butterfly bushes because of their attractiveness to butterflies.
Hedge.
No, it's buddleia. Katie, at the end of that round, you had no passes. You've got 15 points.
Thank you.
Let's have a look at the final scores. In 4th place with 9 points, it's Liz. In 3rd place with 13 points is Maxim. In 2nd place with 15 points, it's Katie, which means in 1st place with 20 points, it's Robert. So he goes through to the semi-finals. Congratulations to him. If you'd like to be a contender in the next series, please go to our website, bbc.co.uk/mastermind, and you can follow us at Mastermind Quiz. Join us again next time for more Masterminds. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
I'm feeling fantastic. It's a bit surreal, but it's been really fun.
And your specialist subject?
The history of sheep. I chose my specialist subject because I'm fascinated by sheep. I work with them during the week, and I think that they are a vital part of the country's history and culture. Gabardine.
Yes.
Raddle.
Yes.
Churro.
It is churro.
I applied for Mastermind because my children, particularly my son, were very keen that I should do, and I thought it would be fun.
In 1st place with 20 points, it's Robert. So he goes through to the semi-finals. Congratulations to him.
This was my first time on a TV quiz show, and winning has been absolutely fantastic.